Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm GC Smith, and welcome to Day 2 of Battle for Zendikar Spoiler Season. Now, it seems to be that I missed a few spoilers yesterday, in addition to there being some later in the day, but fortunately there aren't too many spoilers today, so hopefully we should be able to talk about them all at once and cover everything. So first up we have Tandem Strike, or Attacking Tandem, a 2-mana white instant, 1 and a white. Up to 2 target creatures you control both get +1/+2 until end of turn, and you gain 2 life. Interesting common. I think this will be a obviously limited, will be decent in, and would have been great for heroic if heroic was sticking around. But other than that, an okay spell, I guess, but not something exciting. Next up we have, I believe, is Temple of the False Gods, in some translation and variant of it. A rare land, tap to add 1 colourless, or tap to add 2 colourless mana that you can only use on colourless spells, and only if you control 7 or more lands. Interesting land. It's interesting to see that you've got some other rare lands beyond the man land and the dual land cycle. Or the fetchable dual land cycle, which some are calling Tango, Charm, and various other forms. The fact that it always adds mana is quite nice, and the fact that it can add 2 mana when you get to a higher level of lands is also quite nice. Overall, I'm not really sure how to think of this land yet. Again, it only really adds extra mana if you have 7 lands, and then only then if you use it for colour spells. Maybe it's good EDH fodder, but not too sure beyond that myself. Next up we have Smouldering Abomination. 2 black for a 4/3 creature Eldrazi with Devoid, Flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Bit of a cost for that kind of creature, real heavy upfront cost. So what do you get for that? Well, whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card, which is a pretty good effect. As most people know, draw a card is probably one of the most powerful effects you can have in Standard. There's a reason why they don't like 1-mana cantrips existing in formats like Modern, and very few will ever be printed in Standard anytime soon, because otherwise they'd go straight into Modern. Overall, I think this is a fairly powerful card, fairly efficient, fairly good at what it does, and it's even better when you consider not only does it draw your card every upkeep when you sacrifice a creature to its effect, but you also draw a card whenever you sacrifice one of the Eldrazi Scion for mana, which is also really nice. Could see Standard play actually in the right deck if Eldrazi Ramped becomes a thing. Definitely could see play in like a Jund Eldrazi deck or Grixis Eldrazi deck. Beyond that, though, in Standard, very strong in Limited if there's sack outlets and a lot of ways to create Scion at common and uncommon. And again, will be very powerful in the EDH deck if someone tries to build an Eldrazi deck. Pretty cool, actually, really nice. Then we have the most exciting card of today's new spoilers from today. Zada Hedron Grinder. 4 mana, 3 in a red, for a legendary creature Goblin Alli, 3/3. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell that targets only Zada Hedron Grinder, copy that spell for each other creature you control that spell could target. For each other creature you control that spell could target, each copy gains a different one of those. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. Pretty cool, really powerful creature. It's actually really exciting, actually. There's so many cards that people are thinking of combining with this. The most obvious one is Titan Strength in red. 1 mana, target this, all your creatures get Titan Strength, and so you scry one so many times and get such a powerful swing. But the really cool ability is Defiant Strike. The 1 mana white instant, target creature you control gets +1/+0, and turn to turn, draw a card. That card, I think, will be really powerful with this. You just draw so many cards with that. Zada Hedron Grinder could definitely see play in Standard, actually. I can really see seeing play in Standard. EDH, obviously powerful, but Standard, this could easily see play. The fact it's only when you cast a spell, so it's an upside, not a downside. And the fact that there are so many really cool spells that if you can only target 1 creature with, are kind of meh, but if you target every creature on your field all at once, brilliant. This is a 4 mana spell, but if you play this and untap, you're definitely going to be really good stead for the battle ahead. Really nice card, absolutely love it, and I think it's going to see at least fringe play at the very least. Coming up, we've got some of the cards that came out after yesterday's video yesterday. or some of the video cards we missed before yesterday's video that we kind of forgot about, I guess. First up, we have Kiora, Master of the Depths. 2 green and a blue for Planeswalker Kiora. Starts with 4 loyalty and has a +1, untap up to 1 target creature and up to 1 target land. A -2 of reveal the top 4 cards of your library, and you may put up to 1. You may put a creature card and a land card from among them into your hand. Then put the rest into your graveyard. And then -8 is you gain an emblem with whenever a creature battlefield enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight target creature. And what the emblem does. Then, as the second part of the ultimate, you also put 3 8/8 octopus creature tokens onto the battlefield that are blue. She's a pretty good walker. I think she fits Kiora a little bit better than the last one. The last one was a little bit too controlling, really, to fit a green-blue walker who's after just a big load of monsters. Not to say she was a bad card, but this one definitely seems to have more applications. At the same exact mana cost, this one starting at 4 loyalty is definitely an upside. The fact it can actually survive Bolt is, well, obviously good, and Lightning Strike and all the various other removal spells that are online. The fact that it doesn't die instantly is really good. Her +1 being a mana ramp and protection spell if you've already got creatures out again is also good. It's the -2, however, that seems to be really exciting. The -2 is really good. It can draw you up to 2 cards every time you use it, which is why it's a -2. Similar to Jason in some respect. Jace's -2, Jace Architect Fork's -2. But not necessarily as powerful since it only gets creature and land. It can't get you instants and sorceries. And the -8 is, well, it's Kiora. You get large creatures from it. Although the emblem's actually not too powerful, I don't think necessarily. But it does give an image of what they want blue-white to end up being. Solid Planeswalker. I'm not really too sure on how playable she'll be. I haven't seen any blue-green mid-range decks recently from the last standard season, so we have to wait to see what appears in the next standard season. Probably not going to be in Bant or Sultai Control, but I could easily be wrong there. Next up, we have Mixalis Reignited. 3 black for Planeswalker Mixalis at 5 starting loyalty. +1, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. -3, destroy target creature. And -8, target opponent gets an emblem with whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. This is absolutely solid. Great control Planeswalker. Everything you'd want a control Planeswalker to be. Source of card advantage, a source of removal, and a win con. All rolled into 1 card. Solid, absolutely powerful creature. Planeswalker, sorry. A bit interesting to see how Obnixis got his spark, because it was said he wouldn't get his spark until the plane went kaplooey. But yeah, a solid card nonetheless. I don't know whether or not I'm just unexcited because of how solid it is and it just does stuff that's good. Definitely will see play. I'm not sure if I'll ever play it. It depends what kind of control deck I build, if it has black or not, or a solid amount of black. But definitely will see play in control decks and in mid-range decks. It just does everything you want those decks to do. Solid card, definite playable, definitely will see play. Next up, we have Undergrowth Champion, 1 green for a 2/2 creature elemental. If damage would be dealt to Undergrowth Champion while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a 1/1 counter from Undergrowth Champion. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Really good card, actually. Not sure how good. I mean, it's a mythic rare, which I think is a bit unexciting. It could have been a rare at this value. But it's a very solid 3-drop, and I think this is one of the reasons we aren't getting 1-drops, Rana ramps in the current standard season. To get one to drop this turn 2 when it's harder to answer for a lot of decks, removal doesn't come until turn 3. Burn may not be up because they're losing a lot of the good burn spells, and you may want to use it on other things. And the fact that playing 1 land will immediately make it unburnable is just really good. Things like fetch lands are obviously really good at this card because it gives you 2 counters, which means you need 2 burn spells to kill it. It's an absolutely solid card, absolutely playable, absolutely really cool. Really do like it. Bit fed up of green getting all the good cards, but hey, it happens. Next up, we have a card from before yesterday's video again that we kind of forgot. From before yesterday's video that we kind of forgot about. This one is Planar Outburst. 3 white for white, obviously, sorcery. Destroy all non-land creatures. You might think that's a bit weird, but it has Awaken 4 for 5 and triple white. So for 5 mana, you get a board wipe that doesn't destroy land creatures, so it destroys all non-land creatures. And for 8 mana, you get to do that and get a 4/4 land creature. I'm actually going to say this out loud. I don't compare, when you got cards like End Hostilities and Tragic Arrogance in the format, it's hard to be excited for this. Sure, it gives you a creature on a board wipe, which is actually something you don't mind in the late game. You can wipe your entire opponent's board and put a creature into play. But the problem is how playable is Awaken. If there's going to be a lot of Awaken cards in the format, Planar Outburst just simply can't see play because you're not going to be killing your opponent's creatures. You're going to be killing 1 or 2 maybe, but leaving them with a board. And that's just not good enough. You don't want a Wrath that just gives them creatures thing. Remember, you're not going to be Wrathing till turn 5. What if there's an aggro deck that has access to land-based creatures? You're just going to die really quickly. This is, I think, too bad compared to options like End Hostilities. Sure, you can build Awaken and get threats in that don't die yourself, but the decks that are going to be playing this probably won't be playing that many Awaken sources, and if they are going to be playing cards with Awaken on them, I don't think they need to worry too much about Planar Outburst itself, really. I mean, you're probably going to only Awaken those kind of cards when your opponent's creature base is either low, or you can safely block with those lands, or you don't really mind losing a few lands to chump block a couple occasionally and give you some extra draws. Decent card, maybe, depending on the format, but ultimately, I'm unexcited about it. Now, if there aren't that many good Awaken creatures, so you can actually run Planar Outburst, then it probably becomes better than End Hostilities, because it's an End Hostilities with a bigger upside, maybe, than destroy all equipment attached to creatures. But again, we have to see how many equipment's in the format, and, to really compare the two and see which one's better. And the final of the actual new cards today is Favim Feeder. Blue and a black for a creature Eldrazi drone, 1/1. It's a rare. With Devoid and Death Touch and Ingest. And for 3 blue and a black, draw a card. Each opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. This card, I think, is just decent. It's hard to say a lot of amazing stuff about it. It does okay for what really you want it is. I mean, it is a 2-color, 2-drop Death Touch, 1/1, which is hard to be excited about. And while it does have Devoid, again, I'm not sure how Devoid will really interact with this card, especially in the decks you're playing in. It just screams blue-black or Esper control to me in the sense of what it wants to do, and I'm not sure how big colorless will be yet. It could be that having Devoid is incredibly powerful in that deck, and this guy is amazing. Maybe even Ingest will be amazing in that deck, but ultimately he just screams as like a blocker that can draw you cards in the late game. And that said, the fact that he can be brought back with Oddity's Command does scream something to his playability, so we just have to wait and see a bit more to see how good this card will truly be. So that's all the new cards. Time now for one more card to talk to you about, and that is the new Sacred Foundry from the Zendikar Expeditions, Sacred Foundry. That artwork has been spoiled today. It's interesting to look at that a lot of people don't seem to quite get the Eldrazi arts for these lands. Like, people say, like, well, why is the Godless Shrine a Godless Shrine? It doesn't look like a Godless Shrine, when it's clearly like an altar of something to an Eldrazi who aren't really gods, and therefore it's a Godless Shrine. And this, well, the Hedrons are actually sacred to some things. We know that Hedrons have been used in some kind of worship, and the Eldrazi were worshipped. So it's entirely possible that this area is sacred to people, and this might be around Emeria, which is sacred to the angels. And it could be that there's a foundry in the middle of that the angels use. In fact, that, I'm going to argue, probably is around Emeria and that region. So, I mean, I like the artwork anyway, even if people don't really like the flavour or think it matches the cards. I think it looks gorgeous, and I'm just really happy to getting full art lands if I pull any of them. So, yes, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed these spoilers, and hopefully I'm able to keep putting out these videos to you. Sorry this video came a bit late today, been a bit busy, but hopefully my video will come out on time tomorrow. So I hope you want to like, subscribe, and share these videos around if you want to keep watching them, help get others into viewing them. It helps keep me motivated to do videos when I know people are actually enjoying them. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.